For all of you guys who are trying to get a visa to get to the United States, whether it is an F-1 visa to qualify for your program for fall or summer 22, whether it's your J-1 visa, whether it's your F-2 visa, H-1B visa, H-4 visa, I know that you guys are struggling to get these slots right now. I know people who have been waiting for 2, 3, 4 months, and sometimes, hell, I know people who have been waiting for over 2 or 3 years. In fact, when it comes to B1, B2 visas, people are just not able to get these slots, especially since the COVID situation came in since then itself. Since around the early 2020s, slots have disappeared on the CGI federal website almost. Now coming to what is going on, what should you be doing at this point of time to ensure that you should be able to make it to the United States before your program start date or before your employment start date, right? Now, of course, I'm assuming that you would have gotten your documentation, whether it's your I-797, I-20, DS-2019, whatever you are, depending on the visa type, right? You have to have that documentation. If you have that in your hands, at this point of time, you are in the golden period, because that means you can start early. I'm hoping that you would have 2-3 months in advance before you actually have to get your visa, okay? Let me just tell you the situation at this point of time. I've been seeing the situation for the last 2 years almost now, and the whole situation has gotten worse and worse and worse. I'll tell you, last year it used to be easier. It's not easy as of now. It's getting harder. Getting a single slot, even it used to take us about 3-4 days sometimes, and we used to tell people, hey, if you're onboarding with us, you'll get it in 2 weeks. Nowadays, it's actually taking 2 to 3 weeks to get a single slot sometimes. So yes, the bulk openings are very few, and when they do open some slots, I wouldn't exactly call them bulk anymore because they're opening so few slots at this moment. I'm not sure when the situation improves. However, I do have every confidence that as we get closer to the actual fall season, that is the August September season, you will see more slots release, especially for the F1 visa type. But for the rest of the visa types, the J1, the H-1B, H-4, right, for you guys, you're gonna have to actually continue to monitor. It's actually not that good right now. And really, the slot situation has gotten so worse that people have been kind of avoiding the United States at this point of time just because they're not able to get these slots. They're thinking of, okay, we have alternative places to go. Maybe we can go into the US, especially for students, right? We'll go to Canada, we'll go to this country, we'll go to that country. Hang on, don't worry about that. Slots are certainly going to be there. You don't need to worry. For H-1Bs, H-4s, I understand your concern as well. You have to make it to the company in time, otherwise your project suffers, otherwise you suffer, right? I understand all of that, but at the same point of time, I just wanted you to know this time you have to start in advance. It cannot be like it used to be last year. Students came to us even in the months of June telling me that they want the slot in July maximum. It doesn't work like that anymore, guys. You have to be early, you have to start early. So even if you're coming to us, or even if you're going to anyone else, or doing it by yourself, or doing it in a group of people, it's a good idea, you can do that. But at the end of the day, you have to actually be 24/7 vigilant. They may open anytime. It could be 4 a.m. in the night, it could be 12:57 p.m., right? It could be any time, literally. You cannot predict it. A lot of people ask me, what is the time? There's no particular time. It can open anytime, and that's the worst part. You cannot monitor 24/7. Not because you don't have the time. You may have the time, but because you have limitations. Once that max attempts error hits, you cannot actually go ahead and open up that account until 10 a.m. in the next morning, right? So basically, that's what I'm talking about. The process is very complex. Otherwise, you would get blocked. You can't open it up for 3 more days, so it's a penalty sort of. And when they do open up the slots, you will get errors. So it's very difficult as of now, I would say, but we can still help. And I know a lot of people who are genuinely working towards this. We are building strategies day in and day out. We have the algorithms that we used last year, and they are certainly of help. But at the same point of time, we have to continue to innovate, and that's exactly what we'll be continuing to do. If you're interested in working with us, you can take a look at YMGrad.com. You can go into the services section and the visa application help right over here. It would cover everything, A to Z, for F1, F2, J1, J2, M1, H4, H1B visa types. All of these we are supporting as of now. If you're interested, you can connect with me and we can help you out. You can even book this free session right over here, free WhatsApp session, if you have any doubts regarding how we can help you. But in general, if you're doing it yourself, I would say don't do it alone. It's not a smart thing to actually go ahead and do it alone. I'll be very honest with you. Doing it alone is a loser's game. You're not going to win in it. If you have to do it by yourselves, make sure there's at least 50-60 people who are actively monitoring every single day for slots 24/7. And in fact, we actually, our algorithms monitor those slots for 24/7 because again, we have hundreds and hundreds of accounts that we're using. But for you guys, if you have limited number of accounts, you can only try 12 times with an account, so you have to calculate really, how many people you need accordingly to monitor 24/7. It's a lot basically. Okay, but at the end of the day, the goal is especially for fall 22 students, do not delay it. Do not think that you'll get it. You're waiting for this admit, you're waiting for that, you're waiting for this. It's not going to be a fruitful situation. This is the time. By the end of March, you should at least have your I-20s in hand. You should be starting. Your visa process, hands down, cannot be delayed. Do not come to me at the end moment in June or July and tell me I need a slot in 15 days. I'm going to deny your case. We would not onboard you. I'm assuring you of that. We would not do it. People still come to me, similar cases, and I deny them. I say, look, you don't have 1 month before your program started. I'm not taking you on. That's generally how it goes. If you are interested, you can connect with us. Otherwise, do your best. Like I said, start in advance. That's the only advice in this video. Start in advance and take it seriously. Do not keep waiting on admits that you're not even hopeful about. And don't just make the other universities wait if they're ready to give you the admission. Get the I-20, get the process started, worry about the other admit later on. If it comes later, you can basically do that later again. For now, start with what you have in hand. Okay, I hope this video helps. Again, it's a serious message, guys. Please take this seriously. I hope you start soon, and I hope to work with you or see you soon. All right, goodbye and take care for now.